I'm set, and never mind the bullocks. Oi! This is Gods of Egypt on Stick of Madness.
Stick of Madness. Stick of Madness. Stick of Madness. We got the Stick of Madness.
Hello, and welcome to Taco Talk, the podcast where three friends prepare and then eat delicious tacos. I'm your host, Justin. With me in the kitchen are fellow taco munchers, Sam and Jackie. How are you guys? Great!
I don't know shit about tacos.
But you know shit about Gods of Egypt?
I know enough that I didn't have to look this one up on Wikipedia to go, I'm pretty sure they're confusing some of these. I don't know about this.
Well, this is another bad movie field trip episode for us. This is like our 6th or 7th seeing Gods of Egypt in the theater. I got some fun facts.
Oh?
Yeah. Rotten Tomato score. Want to take a guess, anybody?
You know what? I'm going to accuse you of something.
Okay.
When we went there,
Mhm.
it was at a 13, and yet today it was at a 12.
It's at a 12 now.
Did you do that? Is that you?
Yes, I'm one of the chief critics of Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, I poll a 1% power over RT. I can do anything within 1% on Rotten Tomatoes.
1%?
Yeah, that's the strength of my power.
I didn't think it was that bad.
23 on Metacritic.
That's pretty low.
That's pretty low. Estimated budget of $140 million with an estimated $30 million in marketing. So they're dumped into this one, 170.
Well, I've read that they're not going to. Warner and most companies are 20 million is the absolute floor on marketing now.
Yeah.
I don't know where they're getting that with some of these movies. I don't see it until it gets there.
I can think of a lot of movies that make a shitload of money more than that with less marketing, but whatever. That's a story for another time. It made $30 million domestically against that $170 million. Not good. It
No.
made zilch foreign, like no money.
Not at all. They didn't even
Globally.
bother putting it.
Nobody cared, yeah.
They may have found it offensive.
They may have. Actually, a lot of people found this movie offensive. It was intended to become Lionsgate's next big franchise now that they can't make any more money ever again. It's not going to be that for them. So here's what. Here's another fun fact. This is what John Feltenheimer, the CEO of Summit's parent company, Lionsgate. Summit was the company that, the studio that put this out. That
The guy who wrote the check.
yeah, basically. He said that Lionsgate financial exposure was under $10 million due to tax incentives of filming in Australia. So Lionsgate only put out $10 million. Well, I mean, they didn't put out, but they are only out there for $10 million.
That seems dubious to me.
As well as foreign pre-sales. I don't know what foreign pre-sales are.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I think that's a bunch of horse shit. I think they lost their ass on this thing.
The Australian government's tax credit to have the film produced in the country covered 46% of the $140 million production budget, and most of the remaining budget was covered by these foreign pre-sales. So, according to them, this is how Lionsgate's keeping the doors open, is just by shooting these films where there's tax incentives, which, as according to you, Sam, those tax incentives are, lots of countries are going, nope, no more.
I feel like most of them have seen the returns. We've actually started to see it here a little bit with states that are letting, there's no taxes, or you're going to get this return back, even if it's $1 million. Come shoot your movie here. It's going to bring in business. And then all of a sudden, the movie comes in, rapes your town like a plague of locusts, and leaves. They bring everything with them. They don't buy shit, and it ends up fucking you over.
Well, if the government of Australia kicked in, if his math is correct, almost $100 million. Fuck.
I just don't see it because they make their own fucking movies, and some of them are pretty fun.
Yeah.
I don't like it seems like he's full of shit.
He does work for Lionsgate. So,
Yeah.
I think this movie was a barrel of fun.
I think this
Yeah.
movie was a fucking blast.
Oh, yeah.
I loved it.
Imagine where we were just 1 year ago, walking out of the theater of Jupiter Ascending and going, oh, God, that sucked. And then, just a couple months ago, where it fucking won the SMABFA for Best Bad Movie. As we said, with our best good movies from last year, just a week ago in our year in review, that if any of the movies from the year before had run for Best Picture, those would have won. But this year, I think the Gods of Egypt would have kicked the shit out of Jupiter Ascending.
Oh, absolutely.
In the SMABFA for Best Bad Movie. Like, by a lot.
No, this would have won last year tenfold over the entire field put together. You could have every fun moment from all the other movies put together, and this flaming flying turd would have just destroyed all of them.
Bing-om! My dog just itched his ass on the internet.
Oh.
Verbally. Oh, that's nice.
Now he's come to me for love and protection.
Nice.
I mean, the way you're yelling at him, I thought he just took a huge deuce.
Well, it might as well be. It's a shit stain now on my white carpet, so it's the deuce. Deuce is actually easier to clean up than ground in butthole. So I want to know, first question of the film, is this a sign that 2016 is going to be the year of good bad movies?
God, I hope so. Because this movie just rocked my world. I loved it so much.
Wow.
And that shirtless scene with Gerard Butler,
Oh,
it was like,
wait, when did that happen?
yeah,
In bed.
in
Oh,
bed. Like,
yeah,
you could
yeah.
just totally ignore that one lady, but it was like, yeah, he's got a hairy chest. And it was nice to see that.
He's nigh 50 now. That's the
Oh, yeah.
sad thing about Gerard is
He's still,
timeline was a long time ago.
he's still fucking sexy.
Yeah.
I think he gets better looking with age.
Yeah. I think he's far too charming. I forgot. Like, it was like he was forgetting that he was the bad guy in this.
It's really hard to take him as the bad guy.
Because he's so charming. He's like, oh, that didn't work out for you. And you're like, there's nothing wrong with this guy that a couple of pints and a few, sentences wouldn't fix.
He is the poor man's Russell Crowe. Like, I'm not even going to bother with being in these quote unquote good movies. He just likes punching people and smiling at the camera.
Yeah, and I think that like his sort of charisma captivated the filmmakers, which the Prost or whoever directed it, he did iRobot and The Crow, I think.
I believe the Crow, yeah.
He should have.
Knowing with Nick Cage.
Yeah, it seems like he should be above like just letting a guy freelance through the movie, but it seemed to me like Gerard Butler was just freelancing through this thing.
He certainly didn't try to make any attempts to clean up his British accent, nor did anybody else.
He's not British.
He's Irish, sure, but his UK accent, sorry.
His not Egyptian accent.
Right.
There were quite a few actors in this movie, though, that had the non-Egyptian accent.
They had the non-Egyptian
All
person.
It.
Yeah.
Let's just address that right now, because that's the number one, like, internet
Beef.
controversy is that Gods of Egypt starred no one that's ever even been to Egypt. Does it matter, really,
No.
when you stack it next to this, like, what's going on in front of the camera? If those had been Egyptian actors, would you have been like, ah,
Well, at least it's not.
well, a literary statement, behold.
I can say that, well, at least it wouldn't have been racially dubious.
well,
Because the rest, I mean, it's like, oh, would it have been a good movie? No.
No.
But it wouldn't have been, like, who was, what was the, Roz the grandfather?
uh-huh.
Who was the father? What was
Played
it?
by Jeffrey Rush.
Jeffrey Rush, yes.
The father, Osiris. There's Osiris.
Osiris,
inside.
yeah. So he was, I don't know who he was, but
I
he
don't
was
know.
like,
He wasn't in the movie very long.
he was like Liverpool limey. Like,
Oh yeah,
come on, buddy.
and Zaya wasn't much better. The tots.
No.
Yeah, nobody even bothered. Like, I've seen Gerard Butler hide his American accent, and he just basically has to talk through the side of his mouth.
Yeah.
There was a couple times that he did that, but then like halfway through the movie, he just gave up on it, and he was like, "Right, yeah, kiss the blarney stone, yeah, dirty buggers."
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I'm gonna go get pissed.
So, no, internet, go fuck yourself. It doesn't make a difference.
Doesn't
if
make a
Egyptian
difference.
actors are in this. I guess they need jobs too, but you know what? I'm not. It's not going to change the movie in any way. Well, it probably would make it worse because, goddamn, that Gerard Butler.
And not to be a dick, but I can't even name one Egyptian actor.
Oh. Well, I can't either.
Because the country's on fire.
Oh, boo.
That's not funny. That's true.
Yeah.
Fucking ISIS has taken over Egypt. It's not a joke. It's a real problem. You can't fucking make a movie in Egypt. Are you crazy? They have to make this shit in Australia where there's not people being lit on fire every day.
But everything in Australia is trying to fucking kill you.
Yeah, well, that's true. It's a dangerous country as well.
Spiders are
not
as
just
big as your head.
Men with
Yeah.
beards. It's snakes with beards.
Yeah.
Snakes with beards that are trying to sell children cigarettes on every street corner.
See, and they're only dangerous if you're not Gerard Butler. If you're Gerard Butler, you just get a couple of pints.
A
with
wink and a gun.
Yeah,
Adam.
it's like Gerard Butler's having pints with the black mamba and funnel web spiders and
And he's out
flying
drinking them.
alligators that
Well, I
can
guess
shoot lasers.
I guess it's not really hard to outdrink a snake, but
Well, I don't know that one snake. Boy,
he's what's her name in Raiders of the Lost Ark? At the beginning where they're doing
Karen
the drink.
Allen.
Karen Allen, thank you, not Nancy Allen.
Nancy Ellen, Karen Ellen, Ellen Thicke. Why not?
Why put Ellen Thicke in this film?
I think Ellen Thicke should have been Osiris.
It could have been.
Because the guy that played him, whoever, and again, it's like he's somebody, I don't know his name. He was so inconsequential for all of the bad acting in this.
Mhm.
It was like, oh, give us something, buddy. And he just
Yeah.
was like, I got stabbed.
Yeah, he's one of those.
Whatever.
How about Jamie Lannister? Nicola Hodja.
Jamie Lannister.
Yeah, Jamie Lannister.
Jamie Lannister.
Why do they always have to maim him? Like, he's maimed in,
Game of Thrones. Sure,
Game
he
of
loses his
Thrones.
hand, spoiler alert.
and then he gets maimed in this movie. They rip out his eyes and he has to go around blind.
Well,
and then most of the movie he's
maiming
got
is
one.
a strong word when it comes to this film because in Game of Thrones, you lose your hand. They can't just go find it and slap it back on you.
Sticker on there. Here's your hand.
He's briefly buggered in this film.
Yeah, but he's still like walking around with an eye patch for most of it.
Well, I mean, in the life of a god who was just a tall person.
With golden blood.
With golden blood.
Which was a great effect, by the way.
Oh,
I loved that effect. I thought it
Oh,
was great looking.
I thought that was one of the shittiest decisions, like roller skating sky boots, bad decision because
I liked it.
when the gods die, they bleed this gold, and one in particular dies, and it just looks like the leftovers out of a cracked open paint spray can that the homeless men sniff like what the homeless people have all over their face, just bleeding out
Yeah.
onto the ground. I was like, that's not special effects, that's just gold paint.
I liked it.
It looks shitty.
I thought it looked good. Screw you.
I am actually going to list off the good filmmaking decisions that they made.
One.
They didn't make any. Everything, I mean, even go down to the chick with the boobs. Like, yeah, okay, so you put a 19-year-old with some really big boobs in this. It's not actually a very good decision for the storytelling.
We all lost our shit when she came out on screen and she's got jiggle tits. And it's like, she's supposed to be young and innocent and like her whole life is in front of her and all we can see is jiggly boobs. Like, what?
They
No,
had a-
bad idea.
They had a fucking reveal of the tits.
Yes, they did.
Because she was wearing like something very conservative. He's like, oh, I got something for you. And then she goes behind her little changey thing. What are those called?
Changey things.
Changey things. Okay, I thought there was a name for it.
Trifold, vanity
Something or other.
jobber.
Yeah, she goes behind there, comes out, and all of a sudden, jiggle, 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 jiggle. Like, okay, wait a sec. Oh, fuck.
Oh, I see where this film's going.
Yeah. And then it doesn't go there. You're like, oh, this is...
No, it goes there to not making good film town.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
We don't get characters or characterization. We just show out gratuity.
So here's a question for you. When she gets shot with the arrow in the boob, did you feel bad for the boob? You're like, no, not those jiggly tits. Or was it like, oh, that character's dead?
Oh, the breast implant.
She does... Those are...
Oh, no, that's all her, but
Because she's so young.
right.
That was that's the problem I had. She just turned 18, so director is like, give me those underage tots. Just shake them around.
She was one of the backseat drivers in Mad Max.
She was, yes. So apparently all of these older men are into it. Whatever.
Well, hooray for Hollywood.
Hooray.
Let's get into this thing. We can talk about the bullshit for, well, a podcast, but
We're going to continue, actually, after you.
the world is ancient Egypt-ish, and gods live with men. There's Osiris, who rules over the fertile land and civilization, and then his brother Set, and his job is to rule over it's just the desert he gets to rule over, right?
Yeah.
They gave him a spear thing.
I don't really know why he has to rule over it.
There's nothing out there.
No.
Some scorpions.
It's a fucking raw deal.
Some scorpions and sand. That's what you got. Roll over it. Good luck.
Hey, but you know what, though? In the beginning of this movie, when they're introducing the characters, Set does have a much more realistic-looking statue.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
it did really
it's
look
all-
like Gerard Butler.
The opening is all CGI art, like all a Catwoman kind of, where it's just like do, and you just pan around this fucking Egyptian art stuff. Like, it's not even hieroglyphics. They didn't even like mention the word hieroglyphic. Higher. It's just statues and things of that nature. But yeah, you're right. So he rules over the desert, and then Horus, Jaime Lannister, is the son of Osiris, and he's going to take over the kingship for the fertile lands, the nice place.
Because Osiris is tired of it, I guess.
Old?
He doesn't look that old.
He doesn't look that old.
Well, maybe it's just time to pass the torch.
Tywin Lannister was a much older looking man, and I take him much more seriously as a king than Osiris, for sure. Because Osiris seems like he's still got some years left in him, especially if he's a fucking god.
Yeah.
Because if his dad is fucking Raw,
and he's still
and Raw's up there
fucking around on a space boat thing.
What do you do if you're a god and you retire? What then?
That's, I think, his game here is like, this is a bunch of bullshit.
I'm out.
He knows that there's other gods up north with Zeus and that. He's going to go play poker with them.
He's going to get some of that.
He hears that they have some wild parties.
Yeah. The fearsome three or the terrible three.
There's a lot of banging up in Greece.
Yeah, there's I was thinking even further north with Thor and Odin and.
Oh shit! They're just gonna get drunk and headbutt you.
Yeah, exactly. You got the Enchantress up there as well, and Lady Sif. I think she's somebody.
Yeah, you keep going up, and then you get the Scottish gods of headbutting, drinking, and excuse me, your balls are showing. That's who fucking Gerard Butler is in this. He's the god of, excuse me, your balls are showing.
So you're saying that Osiris is just going to go on a tour of
see how we did, yeah.
Retired guys.
Yeah.
Retired god land.
He's going to get on a Harley and move on.
Get an ear pierce.
I think he secretly already pierced the ear.
A flame Corvette. I can see it. Well, there's these two mortals named Beck and Rhea, as we mentioned. Zaya is the booby lady, and Beck is this guy who's a thief. He's kind of like Aladdin-ish kind of guy.
He's Prince of Persia.
Yeah, Prince of Persia.
He's a skinny little fucker that you just do not care about.
Is this guy a good cast?
No.
Compared to everybody else,
He just looks shitty.
He's not Tom Cruise's, sure, but what do you want from this character?
Yeah.
He looks weak and he's supposed to be this thief and stuff, right?
Uh-huh.
But he doesn't look like he could steal anything. He looks like he would get caught right away, and then they would chop off his fucking hand.
Okay.
Huh.
Who are you going to recast in this role?
He's not a thiefy looking kid.
Who are you going to recast in this role?
Well, Daniel Radcliffe. Fuck you, Sam. Daniel Radcliffe. He could steal some shit, and he'd get away with it.
You have to open the movie with him shaving, like in Woman in Black. So you're like, oh, he is an adult man, not a boy wizard.
You just turned Sam into Santa.
Daniel Radcliffe is a point of comedy for me. The adult boy wizard is back. Yeah, I believe him as a thief and not a boy wizard. He is almost 5 feet tall.
I think he would have made a much better thief.
Oh my god! All right. So, anyways, so Beck steals this dress and he gives it to Zaya, and that's when we see the jiggle like Zowie.
Yeah, he's like, "What did you get me? I got you. Well, actually, I got the viewers something.
Yeah,
gazongas.
Jiggle.
He's like, nay.
Yeah. Aw.
Oddly, I don't remember anything she says after that point.
Yeah, really nothing. I started getting confused about the entire movie. I stopped taking notes. I just started drawing round circles on my phone. So, Horace, upstairs, up in Mount Olympus, but it's not Mount Olympus. He's woken from a night of binge drinking, I'm led to believe. And he's got just people littered everywhere. He's like fucking Eddie Murphy in Coming to America, like, the royal penis is clean, Your Highness.
Yeah, or Billy Madison.
More
Yeah, Billy Madison just
Eddie
hangs out
Murphy.
with Norm Macdonald and the other guy.
more clap, clap, and then rose petals are slapped. And, like, don't mind the orgy. It's okay. He's Prince of Gods.
Yeah.
I wouldn't sleep with him.
With Jamie Lannister?
Nope.
It's a story for another time.
Nikolaj Koster-Yakov Smirnov.
Yeah. Well, despite the orgy, the goddess of love, which I guess if anybody was not going to have a problem with an orgy, I guess it would be the goddess of love.
I guess.
Hathor. Her name is Hathor.
I don't know if they got that. Well, I mean, again. Yeah.
What do we know?
What do we know? What does anybody know? It's some fucking scribbles on some rocks.
Yeah. Well, she still thinks he's keen. You're the guy. I still like you.
You should get dressed. You're becoming the king today.
Yeah. You could be my queen. I can't be a queen. I'm a goddess.
Oh, this shit played out like a fucking bad dinner theater of Tartuffe. The way they were talking to each other.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Chemistry is not quite what it was in Creed.
No, it was not.
No.
Like, what are you asking? Well, if there was something to ask, I might ask it. But if you could, what would you ask?
People overuse the term one take, but I can't see more than maybe like a couple takes with all this emotion. Like, hey, I showed up. Oh, I'm Jamie Lannister. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've seen you on Game of Thrones. What were you in? Dinner theater. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Move on. We got to roll camera. Okay. There you go. There's your chemistry between those two characters. We got it. First take. All right, print
You
it.
guys just run through the lines. Okay, next
Bring
scene.
in that little newspaper boy with the little chopper block thing.
Where's Daniel Radcliffe?
Get Daniel Radcliffe. I heard he's good.
We didn't get Radcliffe? What the fuck? God damn it. Who's this guy? You're
Bring
no
in the
Daniel.
dailies.
Did we have Sean Austin? What did we have? Sean Austin? What the fuck?
We can't even. Oh no, dude. Samwise Gamgee? No, dude, that guy's a thing.
Oh no, he would have cost more than this whole fucking movie.
He's fucking Rudy. Are you kidding me?
Well, he can't fail.
Yes. So it's coronation time. Jaime Lannister is down on the ground. All of civilization is there.
Actually, it just looks more like the pod races in Mos Eisley.
Yeah, but they're all on the ground gathered. Like, where the fuck
There's
is the
some
stadium?
stands.
There's like 6 million people inside of this shot, Sam.
It looks about like the pod races in Mos Eisley.
There's like 2 million people at Mos Eisley.
Either way, it's a bunch of horse
There's
shit.
too many fucking people.
Yeah.
So Beck and Zay are like, come on, let's go check this out. And they get fucking front row tickets.
Which is bullshit
It
because
is
they
bullshit.
they are nobodies. They
They're
are walking
zeros.
with the crowd. They have no money. The guy's a thief. He robbed somebody on their way to the front row.
He robbed his way to the front row. Like, I will take those VIP passes from you, sir. Oops, sorry to bump into you. Slip, he pulls a Matt Damon from Ocean's 11. Oh my god, everything I say is a fucking movie reference. God damn it.
It's a good thing you have a movie podcast.
Good call. So they're up front, and they're about to crown his ass when Gerard Butler shows up, and he's all like, it's good to be here, and I love to see everybody, and I really love this place, and it's top of the morning to you, and oh, by the way, die!
Yeah.
No, he gives him a present.
He gives Horace a battle horn, which is so fucking stupid. So here's your battle horn. Now go ahead and blow it.
I need to point out that the actor who usually plays Jaime Lannister, does a real poor job doing his full body blowing the horn.
Oh, I loved it, man.
He put everything into it. It was like he was under a waterfall and he was a bikini model.
Yes, he
Instead,
was.
he's a 52-year-old
Hair
man
flowing.
of Russian descent.
One leg
He's
up.
52.
Yeah.
He looked like Captain Morgan, but with a battle horn instead of booze.
Mm-hmm.
Yar, let me blow this battle horn.
I thought he gave it all he got.
He
And
did.
I liked it.
I liked it a lot.
All right.
I was like, oh my,
I was convinced.
I am starting to get into this fucking shit real hard right here. Like, oh boy. Oh, my bad movie boner is going ding, 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 ding.
See, and I was already in when the other gods started appearing and giving gifts. and we had the smart god. What was his name?
Thoth.
Thoth. That comes in, and you're like, is he a femme?
You know, it's funny
Is
that
he a little femme? No, he's not. And then you keep asking yourself that throughout the movie.
it's funny that they named him Thoth because it seems like the Egyptians put very little thought
Oh.
in the name of the god of wisdom. Thoth? Really? Thoth. Man, I wish I was smart. I'll pray to Thoth. To Sauce? You're
Sauce.
praying to Sauce. Thoth.
I didn't
It's
like
Sauce. You're saying Sauce, aren't you?
his character. Bothered me.
No, fuck Thoth. I
But
can't.
more than
fuck
any of the
Thoth.
others.
Yes,
Okay.
he was just kind of this smart ass piece of shit that you just wanted to hit, and then you're like, dude, decide. Are you just really intelligent or are you gay? Because there is two different characters that you continue to switch back and forth from, and it drives me fucking nuts.
All right, so anyways, Horus blows this fucking battle horn, and it brings in Set's dudes. He's got an army of red guys, and they come tromping in.
They can't see shit.
Cannot see shit.
They're
Typical.
wearing full metal masks.
Stinker staple number 20, if we had one.
Yeah.
Can't see
Can't
shit
see
through
shit.
my fucking face gear.
Through what? Fill in the blank.
Yeah.
Can't see shit.
So they come tromping in, which means that, like, Set comes in and is like, good to see you, everybody. Love all of you. I'm going to ham it up in front of it. Oh, by the way, blow in my army. No, just come in with your fucking army, douchebag.
Well, okay, here's
What's with
where
the pomp and circumstance?
this is where the pomp and circumstance comes in. Is that when I was watching this movie, I'm like, oh, dude, he got him an army.
Oh, like that's a present.
Yeah, like that's part of the present. He got a horn and
Holy
then,
shit, and an army.
and an army, right? So like you're getting a double whammy present. Like this guy is so fucking cool.
Uncle Seth, the coolest uncle ever.
Yeah,
Except for they're horning in on to, like, the people of civilization.
They surround everybody as if it matters. They surround all the gods. And then you're like, okay, bad things are afoot.
Yeah. It's a trap.
I didn't think so. I thought, oh, what a nice army.
I thought, it's a trap. Hey, did you know that the It's a Trap guy just died last week?
Oh no, Admiral Akbar's dead?
Yeah, 93 years old.
Really?
Yeah.
The voice of who?
No,
Oh,
the fish man, the actual fish man. The
Admiral Akbar
Mon
really died?
Calamari.
I thought he died in a galaxy far, far away a long time ago.
Yeah, well,
Well, it's
apparently
okay.
93 years ago.
Because if they're out there at Lucasfilms looking for the next voice of Admiral Akbar, it's a trap.
Set and Osiris fight. Like, Set's like, it's time to go, old man, brother. Why is Set so much younger than Osiris? Because, like, we were saying that Osiris isn't that old, but, dude, Gerard Butler is clearly buffer and handsomer than Osiris.
Yeah, I mean, it's, again, age, race, all things out the window.
Yeah.
The
Whatever.
genetic lottery won by Gerard Butler.
Well, they're gods. They should all be young and handsome and buff.
Yeah,
well,
they
no,
should've had-
the grandpa looked like total shit on a stick.
Actually, I'm on Jackie's boat now. I think that Daniel Radcliffe should have played all the parts.
Shut up.
He should have. Adam Murphy did.
Then you wouldn't have been able to say, oh, you know, why is this guy white and why is this? You'd be like, why is this person Daniel Radcliffe and why is that person Daniel Radcliffe? Why is Daniel Radcliffe flying around married to himself? Which would be a movie that I would watch.
I think that's actually a thing.
Ah,
Yeah. So they fight, and Osiris gets stabbed. He's bleeding gold, and he dies out. And Horus gets pissed, and then, holy shit, here we go. They transform. The worst CGI. I like the character design, but their transformations
Ooh, I
look
did not like-
crappy.
I did not like the character design one bit.
It was kind of like when Colossus gets hard. Not his dick gets hard, but his body gets hard, which is also his dick. And then wings come out of his back, and he turns into a dog that can fly.
It just looked like video game body armor.
What video game?
Mass Effect.
Kind of, yeah.
But it was
little
shiny.
Star-Lordy, little
And then-
Star-Lordy when Star-Lord's face comes on.
Kinda, but without capes. Like it was just like form-fitting video game body armor with super butt heads.
I loved the super butt heads.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I thought the heads were supposed to be like Egyptian creatures, right?
Yeah, like, well, I don't know shit.
They didn't
about
look
fuck.
that very. They didn't look very
I was a
Egyptian, but I
nudist,
think
but-
that they were trying to look
Yeah.
Egyptian. But I don't know. It didn't bother me. I thought Gerard Butler looked pretty damn sexy in his.
This dog head thing
Yeah,
versus Falcon Man.
Falcon Man versus Doghead. Of course.
Why
of
not?
course.
This is when I realized that they said yes to everything.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
There's the problem with the world of
Fuck it, go for it.
computer-generated imagery is that, can we do this? Someone will always
Fuck
say,
it, go for it.
yes. Can you? Yes. Should you?
Fuck it, go for it.
Should you know? Well, in this case, go ahead, because you've now dialed it to 11, and I know that this movie is going to be terrible to a maximum ability all the way through.
So Set, basically, long story short, after a little fight scene, like they tumble some of the castle, and I think like hundreds of people die in this fight. Like they're smushed by by the pillars of autumn getting crashed onto top of them. There's a Halo reference, but long story short, Set whips Horse's ass.
He gets help from his dudes. It's all the shiny business because Horus has magic eye. You have to keep remember he's all-seeing eye. He's never missed.
Mm-hmm.
So Set uses his sparkle shield to fuck that up, and then Set's army uses their mass sparkle shields to fuck it up more.
I think if you were like one of those like coward guys in movies that goes up to Set and he's like, you're like, hey, I can help you out. I know where the information is. I'm your whiny guy. You know, like any of those guys. You know what I'm talking about?
The weasels.
Yeah, the Weasley guys. And
what
you're
about
like,
the shit weasels?
What about the shit weasels? You go up to Set and you're like, hey, I got the information. I know where Horus is. By the way, nice sparkle shield. I think Set would get pissed and kill you because you said sparkle shield, but that's what he fucking has.
He does, but then the sort of odd self-awareness of Gerard Butler as Set, he would have killed him because he's evil, and then forgotten that he was all, oh, these are sparkly. Fuck them. Get new ones. Right. Points. And then, like, is he a bad guy?
I don't know.
I don't
seems like
know.
a fun trigger. So he whips his ass, and he's going to kill him, but Hathor's like, no! I'll be your bimp.
I'll bang you,
Yeah.
even though you're married to a chick who is better looking.
Yeah.
Yep.
The actress that played
pretty
his
much.
previous wife was more attractive.
Yeah.
And she had sweet wings.
Yeah,
those things
are
were
always
cool.
Cooler than whatever, like a bracelet that demon armies want to get you with. I don't know. I don't know what Hathor's got going on, really.
If she takes off the bracelet.
No, I get all that, but what has she got going on?
Downstairs is like a,
Mm.
you know, the Kegel muscles. It's like two grizzly bears just wrestling.
She's the goddess of love, so I guess it works.
Maybe.
Yeah. So anyways, instead of killing him, plucks his eyeballs out. Blook, blook, which after the fact you understand, but while you're watching it, you're like, wait, what? His eyeballs?
Just pulling his eyeballs out, golden tears. Oh, wait, that's blood.
Yeah.
I liked it.
An indeterminate time later, Set is in charge. He's taken over all of civilization.
Can't die anymore, not without paying him.
Yeah, it's true. Everybody's slave labor. Beck is a labor slave. He's a pusher guy. Push these rocks up a mountain, Beck. Okay. You got it, buddy.
His girlfriend's a secretary.
She is a secretary.
Yeah.
Yeah. She works for the master builder. Anybody want to guess what his name is?
Creepy bug-eyed guy.
No idea.
Urshu. Yeah. He's the master builder who has built the world's biggest phallic symbol for Set.
It was the Washington Monument.
It's more impressive than the Washington.
I guess
like
so.
George Washington's got a nice penis, but Set, whoa boy, if things are indicative of how things go, which they never are, ladies.
Well, he says something
Set's monument is pretty much up to the clouds.
Yeah.
It's the Tower of Babel, but more phallic,
And bigger, and at the base it's got some heads.
and it's black. Which, if it's black, you never go back.
It's
Set.
well, apparently one thing was Egyptian.
It's better than a monster truck, I guess.
Well, it's a big fucking
Dick.
spire.
It's a big dick. So Beck visits Zaya, and she says to free Horus because he's the guy. He just needs his eyeball. And, oh, hey, I know where to get it because my master builder guy, he built the death trap machine that it's stored in, the vault. So he goes out. Beck's like, cool. Later, babe. Sneaks into this vault, and it's like a pyramid type thing, and inside there's like
it's a giant Rube Goldberg machine.
Yeah, pretty
only it's deadly.
Yeah, it reminds me of the how do you say that guy's name? The guy that flew too close to the sun. That's Icarus.
Icarus.
His dad, Daedalus?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's got this whole thing in God of War 3 where it's this death trap maze. It's a labyrinth type thing. But it's not quite as cool as that. There's these 3 bridges that he's got to beat, and he can't just go down on the ground because there's irradiated scorpions.
Yeah, there were scorpions.
Rad scorpions from Fallout 4.
Yeah, bunch of scorpions. They're nasty.
Which I know this is an Egyptian movie, and you got the pyramids and mummies and shit like that, but it was a little too Brandon Fraser mummy right here for me. Like, the scorpions, really? You can't come up with anything better than scorpions?
Coming in 2018.
The scarabs, where the scarabs eat that guy in Mummy. That's pretty fucking
that's
cool, dude.
But the only scarab you see in this one, though, is Gerard Butler's chariot is actually carried by 2 scarabs.
Yeah, it's like they're...
And they were huge.
Mules. The mules
They don't do anything awesome.
Society are
No.
scarabs, yeah. Scarabs are so much fucking cooler than scorpions. These scorpions sucked. Anyways, so there's this bridge. Like the first one, like it's kind of Indiana Jonesy. You step on something, or the light... Your shadow hits something and it snaps shut, and he just holds a torch
There's
up.
a bunch of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade bullshit that he ends up.
Yeah.
It's a level 4 on Prince of Persia. He makes it past.
There you go. So he gets the eyeball, and he grabs the eyeball, and he lands down on the ground,
He
and
falls.
the scorpions are going to come get him, but it's like,
He holds it up.
Horus.
And he's like, the scorpion's like, oh, that's bright because we're scorpions and we live in the fucking desert where the sun beats down on us all day, but this
Constantly.
light is super bright, so we don't like it.
Is it
versus
that super bright?
the fucking sun?
The screen didn't go white.
It didn't. No, these scorpions don't make any sense.
It was
The scorpions don't like blue light.
Oh.
It reminds them of a
I
seedy
think-
bar that they visited one time in Tokyo.
Okay, good thing you're making this up, because I was like, where the fuck did that get exposed in this film?
It didn't.
It didn't.
I'm just making
This
stuff
light
up.
is shittier than like Lord of the Rings 3, the Return of the King, where he's up there with the spider lady. Yeah, like the light of Galadriel is brighter than this fucking Eye of Horus bullshit. I didn't like that.
No.
I thought it was okay.
I thought it was stupid. I was fine with it though. I liked it.
Well,
in the right
it was as stupid as anything else,
Yeah.
so it was like, keep on trucking, movie.
So he goes back to get Zaya, like, I've got one eyeball. That's enough to get out of here. Come on, titties. And, but nope, bad plan, because they're ambushed.
He's such a good keep tracker guy that he saw the missing scroll.
Horseshoe?
Yes,
Horseshoe.
Yes, and he says as much.
Okay.
I
So-
look over everything 20 times a day, so much that I don't get fucking anything else done.
Well, I bet you didn't see this coming. Pulls the eyeball out. Ah!
And
They
then
escape.
this is one of the more dubious points where he kisses her in order to get her to close her eyes. Because that's how, like, she doesn't get blinded by the light.
Wrapped up like a douche.
No, he's just like,
Another
"Ooh,
stroller
I'm going
in
to
the
kiss
night."
you. And she's like, oh, I'm closing my eyes. Whereas in that situation, if you really kiss them, they're going to look at you like you're a dickhead. And they go blind. Like everybody else.
All right, so they escape. And they're riding away, and Zaya gets shot right in the tit.
This is a good shot.
She dies.
Probably 250 yards with an arrow,
Yeah,
which
but then he
doesn't make
shoots
any...
again, and he misses. Like, you made the first one. They've moved 4 feet. Shoot another one. How do you miss the second one? 200
He's drunk.
yards. Like, yeah.
The first one was just a fluke.
The first one was lucky.
Yeah. So he rides up to Horace's home. Home, I should quote, unquote.
Some tomb of something.
I thought
Made
this
out of
was like-
black marble.
Yeah. He's like,
It was
"Hey,
very 80s looking.
Horace, I got your eyeball. How about you give me a hand with this shit? I got a dead titty lady. Help me out, brah. He's like, nah, brah. Did you bring me any booze, brah? Nah, brah. I don't have any booze.
This is like the speakeasy for Point Break.
What's the password? Help my titty lady. You got an eyeball. Is that the left or the right eyeball? So he's like, nope, can't help you. Or, I mean, yeah, I will help you. But he's like, wink, wink at the camera, like, I can't help this fucking dude.
No, this plays out like a guy trying to buy a fucking 83 Buick. And it just goes back and forth and fucking back and forth. And then some dog guy shows up and drags a dead lady downstairs, and then, oh shit, she's dead all the way. You didn't save her.
That is
So-
exactly like buying a Buick. Every fucking
time. You're like, okay, the Buick doesn't run. Now let's talk turkey again. $800 for the Buick.
And
oh, they
every
start
time-
going back and forth through the fucking Buick.
Every time a dog man comes up from the ground and drags me to hell after I buy that Buick.
Yeah,
Every fucking
in
time.
the actuality, you try to buy the Buick, you go to start it. It's not a dog man. It's just a dog peeing in the back.
No, I mean literally a dog man eats me.
Oh, well, that's
Sends me
interesting.
to hell every time I buy a Buick. But I come back. It's fine. It's a Buick.
As long as you get a good deal on the Buick.
Oh, the Buicks are always a good deal. So, yeah, Anubis gets summoned. And he's going to guide Zaya through the afterlife gates, which apparently there's 10. This is my one quibble with the stupidness of the film.
Okay.
I could have gone for a little Zaya adventure as well.
There should have
like-
been a sideline there.
Yeah, like she's jumping through fucking shit, and like each one's like a riddle, like 36 Chamber of Shaolin. Like, what the fuck zany business is she gonna have to pass? Like each gate, if it just is a gate, like if they're fucking cattle, like mrr, get on through that gate, Bessie.
Yeah.
Mrr, okay, good job, you made it through the gate, Bessie. There
Why
should
even
be,
walk?
Yeah, why even walk? Why have these
You're dead.
gates?
Just-
you just
you
follow
just
the path
Point
until
A,
the last
point
one.
B, right? Give us your gold. You don't have any, you're fucked.
Yeah,
See you
you're fucked.
later.
You're out.
Oh no, we've got to go on this long trail of very uneventful miles
That's
and
how you
miles.
get a gate. Well, what happens at the gate? You get to go past it.
So
Or
here's my
not.
question: why don't you just mug somebody that has some money?
Yeah, you're already fucking dead, man.
Yeah, and all it takes to get across to the other side to get to the good life is money.
I have a lot of quibbles. Like,
It
there's
wasn't-
some things that it's like they looked them up on Wikipedia, like, oh, this is each an Egyptian.
Oh, they didn't look up on anything on Wikipedia.
They looked Wikipedia up. They didn't actually look up, like, they didn't call a historian and like be like, hey, what's up with these Egyptians? What did they believe in? They just went to Wikipedia and they were like, oh, they believed in the afterlife. All right, well, what did the afterlife look like? Well, there's these 10 gates, and they got to get through the path of the dead, and you got to buy your way into the afterlife.
They only looked up Wikipedia because they were looking for a name for a third goddess, and they were like, "Is Wikipedia taken?" And it turns out it was, so they had to name her something else.
Either way, if this is what the Egyptians actually believed in, how the fuck did they get to where they were? Because, man, their afterlife system is dumb as shit. I
thought
have
they
more
had to
problems with the afterlife with Egyptian civilization than I have with this film. It makes no sense.
There's a bunch of, whatever, coin for the boatman or whatever.
No, that's Greek. Buddy.
It is, but wait, I mean, yeah, they probably got it
Charon
wrong.
across the river Styx.
There you are.
So you can get into Hades.
Why not?
2 coins, and they can't be silver. Did you know that part? Not very many people did. Yeah, I watched a lot of Hercules, Legendary Journeys, which I
Which
think
is
actually
just like
called up a Greek
Wikipedia.
historian one time and was like, that's really boring, Greek historian. I think Hercules needs to punch more guys and bang ladies.
Yeah, have you seen the tots? They had a lot of those, right? Not really. Well, you don't know shit, buddy.
All right, we have to move on. So they have to rescue her before the final gate because she doesn't have any fucking cash to pay her way in the afterlife. Set learns about this eyeball theft, and he goes to Horus's home and finds Zaya's corpse. Then he and his army arbitrarily take down Nephthys, his winged ex-wife.
For whatever reason.
Because ninja?
Well, later we'll find out why he's doing all of it.
Oh, yeah.
No, you see it during this scene. He cuts her wings off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
cuts
cuts
her
her wings
wings
off,
off.
but I never. That's why I thought that was just bullshit. Like,
No.
"Rah." He says that they're rebels or something. I don't
Something.
know.
They're
He
trying
has
to
got
stand
an-
against him.
An end game, right? But meanwhile, you've got Prince of Persia and Jaime Lannister tall
Mhm.
wandering through, and this is where
Jaime Lannister tall.
that's what his name is.
Ja-
Tall Jaime and it's not tall Jaime Lannister. Jaime Lannister tall.
comma tall.
Comma tall. He's just sort of big. So they're wandering around, and that's when this becomes like it's now one half Clash of the Titans and one half Baron Munchausen, because it's just starting to get absolutely fucking ridiculous. And they're going on quests for things that are like you don't know about until you get there. Like, oh, this is the quest for this. You could have told us about it before we went there with you, right?
Right.
So they're, doing this. He's going to go wage this war, and they've climbed up to the top of this mountain that's got a
Pyramid
big
mountain.
ring on it
Yeah.
so that he can then pray get
Raw.
wings and fly.
Mhm.
Do it from the ground, dick face.
Yeah, I don't know why he's got to go up there, but he does. He prays to Ra, and they go on a space journey. Jaime Lannister carries him because he gets the power of Ra. He gets his wings back, because if he doesn't have both of his eyeballs, he can't fly. But Ra is like, oh, you're good enough to fly up here, I guess. Yeah, you're all right. Come see me, son, grandson, whatever the hell you are.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of rules that are dubious, and then at the same time, like, they're not really rules.
Not consistent.
No, the characters are like, oh, this is the way it is, and then it turns out it's not that way.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I just didn't know because I've been drinking for 300 years.
With Gerard Butler. So, holy shit, they go up into space.
Almost.
The Earth is flat.
The Earth is flat.
Yep.
It's not really space. It's
It looks like a giant earth cookie.
an Earth cookie, and on the top of it is a boat thing. It's like
Peter Pan with some stardust business.
it's like a glass shoe that floats around, and there's an old guy on it.
It's a ship in the Sea of Stars.
Ah.
And Ra is the captain. We should also mention that Beck can breathe in space.
Well, it's not really space.
It's mostly space.
The
They are
Earth
not
is-
on the Earth.
The flat one?
The flat Earth.
Yeah, okay.
The flat Earth's troposphere, they're past it.
Once,
They are in outer flat Earth.
Yeah, well, I guess if you see the flat Earth, and then you start questioning whether people can breathe in water space, that's just your problem,
They
buddy.
should have taken a side trip up to the moon. I heard it's made of cheese.
That's where, like,
Delicious.
it's really, I was waiting for that, Baron Munchausen, and it was like, Robin Williams isn't dead. His head's flying around and yelling at people for no reason. Could have used that right here.
So Ra's got to fight off a Pep, which is the smoke monster from Lost.
I thought it
basically.
was Apophis. Or not.
a Pep.
Oh. I
Hey,
thought they
Pep.
called it Apophis, huh?
It's an Apophis, but its name is a Pep.
Ha.
It reminded me of a butthole with teeth.
It was a
Endless
smoky
teeth.
sandworm.
Yeah.
The smoky sandworm, smoke monster from Lost, butthole with teeth,
I
all
liked
of those
it.
things. It's supposed to be the serpent god, apparently.
Of what?
Egypt, Sam. Fucking Egypt.
Oh, yeah. The flat earth one.
At this point in time, I started to wonder, is this the greatest movie ever?
Well, I was wondering, like, these guys really like the Baron Munchausen. Like, a lot.
Well, and Grandpa has power pack, dude. He hits himself in the chest and he grows up.
Yeah. Whoa. He's got to be tall to fight off a Pep with his staff of fire? Just use the staff of fire.
Fire.
Doesn't matter what size you are.
He's just fluffing his ego. He's got like, hey, watch this. I can still be awesome. Watch this. Yeah, you're now a big old guy and you're on fire. Fuck. That is awesome, Grandpa. How about some of that vodka and tab? We just talk about this later.
I love it. So Horace is like, hey, help me out, bruh. And Ra's like, I don't know. He seems grumpy about it, but like, oh, I've got a life lesson to teach you, sonny boy. And so Horace is like, that sounds great, grandfather. I'll just walk over here and take some of this star water. That's what I came here for anyways, not a life lesson. See ya, bye!
See ya, bye. Which you're waiting. I was waiting for Jeffrey Rush to be like, oh, you got to come over here with me. Sometimes I come over here because there was nothing on the surface of this sky boat.
There's no captain's room or even a cabin boy. There's just sky boat.
And him. And then there's this monster
It's
that
like
he has to shoot.
a big sky canoe.
He has to shoot this monster every night. He's acting like it's a bird, and it's like, burden? That's like the one thing to do up here.
Yeah.
There is nothing else to do.
There's not even fucking any manatees
There's
that
no-
you can pretend that are mermaids.
Ugh.
Maybe that's why he keeps shooting at the worm, because he's like, I did it once. I'm not doing it again.
Oh, so the spear of Ra, not the staff of Ra.
Yeah. Well,
fail.
the fire is actually just an STD.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that a metaphor for his Johnson?
Younger days with a sandworm.
No, I mean his penis, not his younger days. His actual literal penis. That is him making love to that sandworm.
Yes, I think we were both going to the same place.
Yeah. It seems like it because
Icky
the worm,
disease town.
because he's like, yeah, and the worm's like, fuck, I don't like that. So
Mm-hmm.
that's sex as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, sounds like every time I've ever had. Down stairs on Earth, flat Earth. Hathor, she's a slave lady, and she's taken off her bracelets, and she teleports. Basically, she's got this bracelet.
This
the
just doesn't make
greatest
any
thing of all
sense.
time, apparently.
Well, no, it's just keeping her from being dragged into the underworld by the demons, but
why is she gonna get dragged into the underworld by the demons?
because they love her.
Because she's hot-ish, not really.
I guess that's what she says later. I was like, oh,
Then
they
why
love
don't-
me.
Why doesn't that happen to all the chesty ladies?
Well, no, so she was down there, and then
She was down in
Jaime Lannister Tall went down and slayed all these demons, 92 or 42 or
That's
some number ending in 2.
yeah. With
And then-
that's where she got the bracelet.
And then those demons are all jewels on the bracelet. And she takes it off, and they are like, oh,
gonna get you.
we're going to get you. But then she somehow uses it as a means for travel to specific locations, which does
does.
not make any sense.
It does not. So anyway, she teleports out to the desert, and Horace and Beck wander around. They go to Ra's old garden. Like, I don't know what the fuck they're doing there. Do you guys have any idea what they're doing there?
Waiting to be attacked by some giant snakes.
Snake ladies.
Yeah, they didn't have a reason to come here. Are they on the way to what's-his-face?
I don't know.
They're on the way to something.
They're
I
on the
guess.
way to Jackoff Town, but
Well, the black lady had a black snake, and the white lady had a white snake.
yeah, Snake Lady attack.
David Coverdale had a white snake.
That's not what Tawny Katane said. Who also starred in Hercules: The Legendary Journeys.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They fight. I liked this sequence. It was fun. It was good. It's cheesy, stupid. The white snake lady, she flies off the cliff because she's a bad driver of snakes. I was like, she's gonna come back, right? Because she can't be dead. Like,
Well,
she
he
just-
stabs her into the saddle so that she can't get away.
Yeah,
with her
but it's
reins.
just as a like, whoa.
Yeah, no, she's just very inconvenienced.
Steep grade below
Yeah.
me. Rubble, rubble, rubble. But no, she's fucking dead, I guess.
I guess.
And then Hathor shows up, and she commands the other snake to light its ass on fire, and it does, and
Yeah.
lights its ass on fire.
You should mention that these snakes also are part dragon.
They
Oh.
blow fire, yeah.
They blow fire.
Oh, yeah. Well, I thought all snakes did that. It's
No,
not a
just
thing?
these special snakes.
What about snakes in Egypt? Do they do that? I'm pretty sure they do that.
They probably do that.
The
Yeah.
snakes in Africa blow fire. Yeah. That's what happened to
Toto.
Toto.
That's why they missed the rains down in Africa because of the fire
'Cause
that
my
was
ass
getting
is on
blown at them
fire.
by fucking snakes.
Motherfucking snakes.
It's life, it's the truth in lyrics of songs right there.
So time to get the other eyeball. They must, in order to, they must pass the riddle of the Sphinx. And so they go to Thoth.
This was ugh.
Like, how are we going to pass this? Oh, we get that Thoth guy.
Yeah. No, we left Hoth. It was too cold and the Empire found us.
So they go to his little castle, and he's got an army of clones, basically.
I didn't like one of them, now there's 100. Yay.
Yeah, this scene was not my favorite.
No. Thoth. Cloned.
It's like, is your leather, I'm sorry, not your leather, your pleather with all the beads on it, is it too tight? No.
It looked like a Vegas, I think he actually took that from Celine Dion's Vegas show.
That's what I was thinking.
So he agrees to join after being duped because somebody said something about his ego, which
The
was quite
kid.
applicable.
Beck.
Yeah. The Prince of Persia is like, oh, I win again.
So they go to see the Sphinx. 4 of them. They're a team. We're off to see the Sphinx.
And they do the slow motion walk through the desert.
Oh, yeah, badass slow motion shit. Don't even look at the explosion. They find the Sphinx by walking around. Like, how do they get to the Sphinx? They're just like,
So they go into
hey, Sphinx.
No, so what's his face? The Prince of Persia guy back. He there's the pyramid that's the puzzle. It's like the Rubik's Cube pyramid that's automated. He jumps in through there and turns it off with the wheel. So then the pyramid is stationary and then they go
Yeah,
into
but what's
it.
this pyramid?
It's the heart of the desert, which they have to put out with the water of the sky.
Oh,
Space.
oh,
The
the
star-
space
the
star,
star
water.
water.
Okay.
Star water.
So this is Set's pyramid.
Yes, the heart of the desert is where he gets his
Okay,
power.
All right.
But they can't get in all the way to the heart unless they ask the Sphinx or answer the riddle of the Sphinx. The Sphinx doesn't look like a Sphinx.
No, it doesn't. It looks like just a guy.
Dirt man.
Petrified cat turd is what it
Yeah, pretty
reminded
much.
me of. As a petrified cat
Sandman
turd.
from Spider-Man, basically. But he asks, I never was, am always to be. No one ever saw me, no one ever will. And yet I am the confidence of all, to live and breathe on this terrestrial ball.
Get it right.
Thoth. Spaghetti guy. Delicious marinara.
Red sauce can't get it right.
The answer's tomorrow for our fans. So they get the other eyeball. They go-
There's a bear trap though.
Yeah, there's a bear trap. Everybody but Beck gets their ass snatched in a bear trap. And Beck is like, oh, I'm going to pour the water out, motherfucker. And Set shows up, and he's like, no, you're not, motherfucker, because Horus has duped you.
He's lying to you.
He's using you.
Does
you
it matter?
Stupid Aladdin wannabe Daniel Radcliffe, not good enough.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Like, just dump it in there.
Yeah, just dump it in there.
Whatever's going on.
Yeah, he's still a bad
Which
guy. Just
it doesn't matter that he doesn't dump it in there.
Yeah, I tell you, really, on the end of the games, it doesn't like, oh my god, hey,
No,
you
he's
dumped
like-
the starry water in there. Oh, well, now, hey, the desert's nice. I'm the king of the desert. You made my desert nice. Thanks for doing me a favor, buddy. Now die.
Well, he's supposed to put out the fire with the water. He doesn't.
What
He
fire?
could dump the heart of the desert fire. The
What
pit.
fire in the desert?
There was like a
A pit of fire that the Sphinx was sitting on.
Hey, you put out the fire that was in my desert, and I didn't like fire because fire burns, so thanks, guy.
Well, no, the thing is that he like, oh, I'm going to kill you all, but he doesn't. And he leaves and he puts out his own fire by destroying the pyramid.
Right!
He does it to himself right after he
That
gets
was so
there.
stupid.
It doesn't make any sense.
Maybe he's just moving locations. That's
He's
how you
like-
move locations.
Now I gotta get this temple over to that giant penis temple.
No, he's just dumping it and like he's all, in your face. You went through all that trouble and I could have saved it for you.
Well, he goes up to space and he sees Ra on his ship, and he's like, hey, what's the deal with no babies? I don't know why that suddenly become my Gerard Butler voice. Say!
Speakeasy voice.
I'm Gerard Butler, and I want babies, Grandpa. Well, you can't have
Dad.
any. No, it's, oh yeah, it is his dad.
Dad,
That's
yeah.
true, yeah. So Ra says that the whole thing was just a test, and he gave him the desert because he wanted to make him tough so he could be the pep fighter guy. Like, he could become Ra when Ra retires.
Yeah.
Which
Where does he retire to?
is supposedly a great gig, I guess. Doesn't seem cool.
Seems like the shittiest gig. Like
The worst.
your parents try to give you like their old clock, and it's just like a piece of shit that smells funny. And they're like, "This is the best family heirloom. We're gonna give it to you. No, please, give it to someone else."
Yeah, see, I think the whole thing's supposed to be a tale of greed and like, oh, Seth's too greedy. But no, Seth gets the raw end of the fucking stick
Yeah.
with this boat party that's not even a fucking party.
No, he's
This
like,
job
hey,
sucks.
well, I've been prepping you for this job. You're going to be the one-man coal mine.
You're space janitor.
What? That doesn't sound nice. Oh, it's awesome. You just sit
Yeah.
up here by yourself and once every day do something for a minute and a half.
After that, it's basically play with yourself.
He's like, oh, I can bring novels. No, you can't bring anything.
Speakeasy guy.
You can't play with yourself because you're going to be on fire. Because you're just not going to be able to resist having sex with it the one time. Because on day 3, you're going to be so bored. You're like, I'm going to try to have sex with it.
Thus was born the clap. So Seth's like, fuck you, bud. I want to be the rule of all.
He wants to live forever.
He's a fucking god, Sam.
No, they don't live forever. They only live a long
That's such
time.
Bullshit. That
And
is-
the only way to live forever is to
So they're
devour.
tall guys. That's what they got going on is
They're
tall
tall
guys
guys, yeah.
with transformer armor. That's
and golden blood.
And golden blood.
Golden blood.
They die.
You know, I'm
So-
fine with being immortal.
The only way he can live forever is to devour the underworld.
Which means all the mortals.
He
to
has
also
to get the
live forever.
big smoke worm down there to shake some shit loose. And then I'm not really sure what point C is. Like,
Prophet?
yeah, that's where he gets is live forever, but like the middle of it doesn't really seem like there's a clear and distinct way that that's going to shake down.
Step 1, collect underpants.
Yeah.
Step 2,
So it's step 1,
step 3, prophet.
be a dick. Step 2, not quite sure. Step 3, live forever.
Yeah.
Yep. I think it's a good plan.
Yeah, why not?
Well,
There's been worse plans.
Yeah,
step
like having sex with that worm.
Yeah, I mean, did you see the fire?
That had to hurt.
It's not comfortable.
Step 1, subset 3, is to stab Raw and to take his wizard spear staff thing. So he does. He tosses Raw off his spaceship. So Hathor gives the spooky ghost bracelet to Beck so he can go see Zaya in the afterlife. And, like, that's her offering. Like, here you go. This is what you got now. The greatest of all the Egyptian treasures. And she gets pulled away by the
Demon
evil
things.
arms. I don't know where she goes because she's not on the Trail of Tears with Anubis.
She's getting gangbanged by demons.
I'm pretty sure that's what's going on right there.
Yeah, that is what's
Who
going
don't
on right
have
there.
anything but arms, so it's a multiplex of fisting.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Bummer.
Bummer.
So Beck can't get Zaya into the afterlife because a Pep is there eating it too. So Anubis is all like, hold! Ah! And he walks out to the bridge and he's just like force lightning it, kind of.
It's like, I'm doing something. You gotta go do something else. Okay.
He doesn't seem to be doing anything,
He's
though.
not.
He just holds his hand out like, you shall not pass. Thing in front of
Thing
me.
in front of me.
Maybe he has a force field going on.
Okay. So Beck goes back to Earth, flat Earth, and he teams up with Horus again. And at this point, Set gets the armor of everybody else, like this super armor where it's Thoth is Blaine, and
Osiris's heart
the wings
of his wife, whatever her name was.
Pegasus.
Uh-huh. And
American
Horus's
Airlines.
Horus's one eyeball that he's got still possession of, and the spear of Ra. And so he's now super badass, super black, Set, Gerard Butler. And Horus now can morph again, and he sees Set on top of the tower lighting shit onto the sky.
They're coming back down from, where did they go? They went somewhere.
Walking around.
They're
That'll-
like, oh, we can see what he's doing now, so we got to get up to the top of this tower because they can see him from a distance, and
Mhm.
he's
Time to kick his
Ghostbustering.
ass.
He's like shooting power, like charging the staff with the sun, and then
I think he's calling a Pep to like come eat this place.
I don't know.
That's kind of what I got from it, is
Huh.
because a Pep shows up and he starts eating from the end of the Nile
Mm-hmm.
and starts eating the Nile and making its way towards Egypt.
God, how do you pick up on shit like all these fucking movies, man? When everything's so goddamn vague, Jackie. There you go, the Nile. Sure, good enough. He's eating the Nile, and come over here, buddy.
So they go into the bottom of the. They take the builder ransom or hold him hostage.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, you got to get us up to the top.
Well, I've got the perfect solution. I built an elevator.
Now, this is where it gets interesting because they're halfway up the elevator when Horus is like, okay, I'll meet you guys at the top. And he gets off the elevator, starts climbing up the side
Yeah.
because it's faster. It's not faster.
It does not look faster.
It doesn't
at
look
all.
faster.
Like, even in. If it's implied, it's not executed because you can clearly see him just going one hand over the other like a fucking ladder. Like, they're up there for. Oh, man. God, how long have we been sitting up here?
Well,
waiting
they don't-
for Horus before we attack Set.
Have a chance to beat him there because they decide, well, now that we're alone, we should fight.
Yeah, we should fight.
We should fight.
We're
We
fighter
should,
guys.
we should slow this elevator down while we're doing it by lighting it on fucking fire.
But that's okay because the builder is ready to die
Or shoot.
because he's got his jewels and everything on his outfit.
His pajamas are golden.
He's got a trip into the afterlife. Oh no, the afterlife's getting eaten by that Pep guy who you helped finance, Master Builder.
Oh, fuck.
Greed got him. I don't know why it's getting Set, because Set could have just, yeah, whatever.
Shot it in the face.
Yeah, so Urshu falls to his death. He's dead. No. Beck gets on top, and Set and Horus are fighting, and he's like, I've got you, brah, and no, you don't, because I'm the decoy.
I'm the bait.
Yeah, I'm the bait.
Because they played that before with the snakes.
Yeah. So Beck gets the eyeball, pulls it right off of him, and he's stabbed while he's doing it, and starts sliding off the side of the top of the tower, and he's falling, and he slow motion throws the eyeball towards Horace, and Horace is looking at it like, that's my power. But then he chooses to rescue Beck off the side of the building with his wings, saves him, not his eyeball, drops him off on the ground. Hey, Gabra, take it easy for a minute. I gotta go kick some ass.
Yeah.
Yep.
Does.
Goes
sort
back.
of. It's like a bunch of flying around for the most part.
Yeah.
Like, it's not really ass kicking. It's just sort of like bird fight.
Bird fight. It is a bird fight.
And then that entails just some squawking and flying over and under things.
Mm-hmm.
Those birds, they're real vicious fighters.
With some punches. So then Seth's had enough. He's got his ass kicked. He's laying on the ground, and Horace kills him with the spear raw.
Well, he says, I let you live once.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, that's nice, and kills him anyway.
Yeah, no fucking mercy. Like, bad guy asks for mercy.
Nope.
Hero doesn't deliver mercy.
Uh-uh.
Very instrumental thing
You're too dangerous.
to define a good guy. That mercy, compassion, love.
He says that
Hope.
at the end, but does not do it. Do as I say, not as I do, like any great leader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bill Clinton. Don't have sex with everybody but your wife. I am going to do that anyway. You, though, you should play the straight and narrow.
So this little girl gives Horace's eyeball back, and the peasants rejoice. Horace brings Beck's corpse to his house, I guess, to
Beck-
be buried next to
Yeah,
Zaya.
he dies in the scene. He comes back, he's like,
Yeah, well, yeah, he's dead from that.
from the
Stabbings,
fall or whatever. And he's like, oh, man, we're a good team. And he's like, "Ugh,
Take that, Ben Kingsley.
take that, Ben Kingsley. So, yeah, he has to drag him to his party room and stick him next to his girlfriend.
Right. But then he does save his grandfather. There's still time, grandfather.
Yeah, that's right. The spear. Like, I guess you gotta, like, stab Raw in the face with his own spear, and that brings him back to life.
Yeah, so he gives him the spear, and then Ra comes down and kills Dickie Sandworm.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Takes care of that.
Yeah.
Well, a pep goes back
Just
into space or whatever.
Shoots it a couple times, and it's like, oh, I'm going to
Get
fuck
on outta
off
here.
again.
Beat it!
Yeah.
Beat it!
Yep. Yep. And then everybody's like, oh, we didn't realize that's all you had to do is just go, yep. And shake your broom at it. Get out of here. It's like a giant fucking raccoon.
Not as many teeth, though.
No.
Those fucking raccoons.
It'll fuck up your trash either way.
So speaking of Raw, he shows back up at the temple. He's like, hey, I owe you a favor, bro. And brings Beck and Zaya back to life, of course. And Horace is kinged. He's finally king now. And all the other gods are brought back to life. His the ex-wife, the wing lady, and Thoth. And
I guess they
everybody else.
just stuck their shit back in them and are like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm good.
I think so. Horace takes Hathor's bracelet from Beck. He's like, here you go. Go save your babe. So he flies off to rescue her, leaving Egypt in the hands of Beck, the new advisor of stuff.
The
Stuff.
king.
Yeah.
So do you think it's just fucked up when he comes back?
Oh, absolutely.
It's like, I had everything under control. I thought I had dotted every I and crossed every T. I didn't realize I had to tell everybody explicitly not to shit all over the place.
See, here's
You know,
your guys' problem with your theory is you think Beck is the actual new advisor. No, it's fucking Zaya. She's telling Beck to do everything this whole fucking movie. Like, hey, Horace is the guy. Hey, Horace is the guy. Help out Horace. Go help out Horace. Now that he's got some power,
More boob shirts.
it is a man's world, quote unquote. No, Zaya's pulling the strings throughout the whole fucking time that he's the new advisor. Yay! You want more dirt? You want more dirt on your castle? Well, you gotta see Zaya. Don't go to that Beck guy. You want less beetles storming your bed at night?
It's their dirty castle.
Yeah, your dirty castle. Well, you gotta see Zaya.
Not enough dirt, too many beetles. What do I do?
Bring me your questions.
what was the red flower thing in the kingdom?
What?
The buildings that had the big red flower. It almost looked like a mum on top.
in the production design.
Mhm.
Yeah, set design type, the wide sweeping shots. There was a lot of that. I don't know what the fuck that was supposed to be.
Because Osiris is a heart. Was it actually just like a heart?
Osiris is not star. Oh yeah, Osiris is the dad. Yeah, you're right.
So maybe that was his symbol or something at the beginning.
Maybe
I don't know.
Again, looked it up on Wikipedia, and that's good enough for the filmmakers.
I think it just looked cool, so they put it in there.
That could be as well. What happens if you don't have an offering to make it into the underworld, the
You
afterlife?
just don't get one.
So you're just dead?
Not.
You just disintegrate like that old lady did.
So you're dead.
You're just
Yeah.
nothing.
You're nothing.
Oblivion. Suck.
Why not just bail from the road? Be like, I'm out, bitch.
Well, I think that
I got shit.
get into nothing if you bail on the road early. That's why he's like, stay on the road. Or he just says
or
that.
else.
Yeah, like, what happens if I don't? I don't know.
Exactly.
You wander around out there?
Nobody's tried it before, so
Everybody listens to me.
Yeah, I'm a
Look at
voice of
me,
authority.
I'm a giant dog. I'm a very tall dog man. Why wouldn't you listen to me?
I would listen to him.
Yeah.
Kind of scary.
Sammy.
Why did the gods and goddesses at the end have giant hat haircuts when they didn't at the beginning?
Oh my god, the hair fucking shit at the end of this thing. Wowie, wow.
Like, one of them has a hairdo that's like,
a crescent moon.
it's the size of Las Vegas's biggest roulette wheel.
It's huge.
It is gigantic.
There's another one that's got like George Lucas would have loved to have this hair design for the Phantom Menace. Like, oh, you know what? Let's put all these Naboo people in stupid fucking heads.
Yeah,
Like, it's out of control, stupid heads.
but not at the beginning.
But not at the beginning.
They're like, oh, this guy's not worth big haircuts.
I don't know. It's like there you go. Like our R2D2 and C3PO get all shined up. You know, when it's time for a parade to give out some medals.
Yeah.
You do the same with your fucking hair in Egypt.
But I guess that's the thing, is that Horus wasn't worth the big haircut at the beginning, but
No.
now that he's proven himself, big haircuts.
He tore down that fucking giant dong that was in the middle of fucking town. That's what happened.
Yep. They were like, all right, I'll do my hair for that one.
Yeah.
My last question is, did Set not have a brain before? The Thoth brain?
He's got a double brain and a double heart.
So he's got 2 times the brain?
Yeah, and wings.
But it doesn't seem to fucking work out for him. He does not appear to be any fucking smarter. He's got 2 fucking brains? You're telling me? Hey, like one of them's the god of wisdom, and he can't fucking see this attack coming, even though he's got the all-purpose seeing eyeball of goodness?
He's only got one eye.
It's just one of them, and it's not good enough to see a fucking...
Well,
I'm the bait.
Yeah, well, he doesn't see any of it because we failed to mention that they got there in one of the stupidest things ever. It's like a boat shoe being held by pigeons.
Yeah.
And he doesn't see him up there.
And he's standing on top of his tower.
They're in plain sight. They're the only
Very
thing
clear.
in the sky that's flying.
Very clear
And they're
sight.
flying in
He's got the-
something that is stupid as shit.
All-seeing eye of, I can't be duped by my enemies-ness.
Yeah.
I liked it.
The
I like
bird
the flying
boat
bird shoe.
thing.
Yeah. Boat shoe.
Boat shoe.
Oh my god. No, I think he's Dumb and Dumber. If they both had half a brain, they would still only have half a brain.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, is that he's just wandering around duplicating himself, acting smart, the sauce guy. He gets that other brain stuck in there, and he's like, this guy was a fucking idiot.
I'm also a fucking idiot.
I
I'm
know
fucked.
less than I knew before. Oh, fuck.
Well, you don't have great confidence in him because he's like, lettuce is, and he's trying to make lettuce into something that it is clearly not.
He's in a cave eating lettuce.
It's the
with
truth.
Himself.
Lettuce is the truth. No, it's not.
You're fucking daffy, bruh. You're
Yeah.
not smart. You're fucking nutty.
Yeah.
That's not a helpful brain there, Set.
No.
Bad pick.
Any other questions?
Nope.
Final recommendations.
I loved it.
Loved it.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. It says how the hell did this get made with no one paying attention as Megaforce, basically.
Yeah.
I'm going to say I would buy this movie when it comes out.
Okay. I might stand by that.
Yeah. I don't know if I mean, well, somebody here's probably going to buy it, so.
It is crap. It is the most awesome crap I have seen in the theater in some time.
I was super entertained. The visual effects were good enough for me. I
Oh, they
didn't
were so
really,
bad.
I don't know. The CGI didn't bother me. I don't know. And the story just, it moves so quick that, you kind of just don't question those slight holes in the story.
The 2 hours and 7 minutes goes by quite rapidly.
Yeah.
I think that we're going to see some more of this. I think we've gotten to like the ebb and flow of Hollywood. Like the movies are making so much money that they're, it's like, oh, we're on the top end of the wave. The sea will never recede until we start just giving people shit constantly. But like right now, there's going to be some real bad movies come out. Like, because you have the studios have decided, oh, we know more than directors and writers about making movies. Whereas the smaller studios are just like, fuck it, write a check. Just write a check.
Yeah.
Lionsgate is just writing checks.
They're just writing checks.
And I'm glad that they wrote it for this one.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
me too. Because they're not going to be writing checks for
No,
long
they
if
won't.
they keep this shit
This
up,
shit
but-
will not fly.
Whew. Yeah, there you go. There's your movie. Enjoy. Go see Gods of Egypt in the theater because we liked it. Encourage this bad shit. Maybe we can talk enough people into paying Lionsgate enough. Probably not because they're
Probably
spending
not.
too fucking much money on these goddamn turds. Anyways, enjoy your evening.
And get to the shoe boat pigeon flyer
Giant snake.
copter.
Visit us at www.stinkermadness.com. Follow Stinker Madness on Twitter at Stinker Madness. Please rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher. Thank you for listening and get to the chopper.